Hey, if you are new to the channel, my name is Jay Crickets. Thanks for hopping in. Please like this video if it brings any value to you. If any of my videos bring value to you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. As you can clearly see, we're a very small channel right now, and that's fine. I just aim to bring the gospel. This channel is affiliated with a ministry called Fire Falling Ministries, and the whole purpose is to bring the gospel everywhere by any means. And so this is one of the means by which we bring the gospel is through social media, TikTok and YouTube, things like that, Facebook and Instagram. And so you're on the main source that we use right now for bringing the gospel. And that's actually what I want to talk about today, just for a short time, is the gospel. And one of the things that when we preach the gospel, when we go with evangelism to preach the gospel, one of the big things that we get so caught up in, and I've found myself doing this before many times, is we come to this place of the realization of justification. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, justification is this Christianese word that basically means that you've been made right with Christ. Like you're in right standing with God now. Okay, you've been made right, not with Christ. You've been made right by Christ, through Christ. So with justification, we so often, when we preach the gospel in the evangelical circles, charismatic circles, whoever you are, Calvinists, everybody, when we preach the gospel, so often we get so caught up in justification that we preach that justification as this almost end-all be-all of the gospel. And so we basically preach like, by Jesus, you've been made right. By Jesus, you are now like, you can stand before the Father and all this stuff. And this is true. Like, this is good. It's an aspect of the gospel. It's a piece of it, but it's not the end all be all. And so this is just a quick encouragement for us when you go out with the gospel, when you just talk to a random person, when you talk to somebody at work. Justification is not the end process of the gospel. It's not the end process of what we're walking out with the Lord. In fact, justification, I would say, is a process that is meant to reveal a greater revelation. And this greater revelation is adoption. We, through justification, through being made right with God by Jesus, now because of justification, we get to have the right of adoption. Like now we get to be called sons of God. Now we get to be children of God. Now we get to have relationship with him and be called his children, who we cry out by, with the Spirit within us, by whom we cry out, Abba, Father, or we cry out, Daddy. Like we are now children of God because of justification. And so often we get caught up in just preaching justification that we forget to preach adoption, as that we're sons and daughters, co-heirs with Christ, ambassadors of God in Christ. And so, man, I just want to encourage you, if you have been preaching justification alone and you got caught up in this trap of forgetting that justification reveals adoption, man, I want to remind you, preach adoption, preach sonship, preach identity in Christ, that we get to become part of the family of God, that we're not just made in the image of God, but now we're sons and daughters of God because of Jesus, because of justification. So guys, I love you. I know this is short, just a quick encouragement. Go out there, see people come to know Jesus, plant seed, even if they get saved in the moment or not. Success is in the sowing of the seed. Success is not necessarily in the harvest. We plant, we water, we trust the Lord to bring the harvest. You may not bring a harvest, but planting and watering, you're still receiving a reward, and it's just as important. Success is in the sowing. Guys, I love you. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the comments.